Hi boys and girls, welcome back. Today's riddle is, what do you get when you cross a light bulb and a volcano? Because we're reading about volcanoes. Volcano Rising, another type of landform, and actually a quick occurring earth event. It's by Elizabeth Rush and illustrated by Susan Swan. Volcano Rising. Kaboom! Right there. That's onomatopoeia when a word sounds like it is. Most people think volcanoes are either sound asleep or blowing their tops off in a fiery, ash-spewing catastrophes. I think that's what we all think. But volcanoes are not just destructive. More often, volcanoes are creative. They grow taller and wider. They form majestic mountains, and they build new islands where there were none before. It's a nicer picture. Both creative and destructive eruptions start with gooey melted rock called magma. Magma from deep within the earth rises up a gigantic straw-like tube to a vent or opening. If magma makes its way to the earth's surface, it's called lava. So if it's underground, it's magma. If it's above ground, it's called lava. A burst of lava is called an eruption. Like that. Whoa. So here's magma, and then it becomes lava once it erupts. Pow! Another onomatopoeia word. Gases blast lava out in an explosive eruption. Hiss! Another onomatopoeia. Gases and lava slowly sleep out in a creative eruption. So this is explosive when it kind of destroys things. Here it just kind of seeps out and builds up. It creates something. A creative eruption can start with the ground swelling a tiny bit each year. Magma gathering underground creates a bulge that may one day make a new mountain. So here are mountains created by lava and magma, volcanic activity. North sister, middle sister, south sister. Kind of fun names. Sometimes creation happens more quickly. Volcanoes can appear out of nowhere. One day, the ground cracks and ash spurts out, forming a new volcano. Right there. Oh no, those people are not happy. I'll tell you the story of this picture. In 1943, a farmer plowed his cornfield in Paricutin, Mexico. Ash exploded from a crack in the ground and rained down, creating a steep cinder cone. In a day, the cone reached 164 feet. In a week, it stood 500 feet tall. Ash slowly buried the farm and nearby villages. But the family and villagers moved to land close by and began farming the rich ash-fertilized fields. A year after Paricutin's cone was more than 1,000 feet tall. After 9 years, the cinder cone volcano stood more than 1,300 feet. Paricutin is considered one of the wonders of the world. It created a mountain, fertilized fields, and gave scientists a chance to study the fast growth of a new volcano. So in just a year, or after, it grew 1,000 feet, and after 9 years, it was 1,300 feet. That's a short amount of time to build a mountain. Volcanoes even make mountains underwater. If these submarine volcanoes grow high enough, their tips form new islands. So here's the volcano under the sea, and the tips form an island. That's how the Hawaiian Islands were created. One of my favorite places. Some volcanoes secretly erupt under glaciers, hiding growing mountains deep under the thick ice. I've never heard of those. Creative eruptions can continue for a really long time. Whoosh! Fountains of red-hot lava squirt high into the air. Gurgle. Stinky lava streams to the shore. Tss. Fluid lava hits the ocean, streaming and hardens to form new land. So, all these onomatopoeia words in here. And, yep, basically lava is just melted rock. And when it hits the water, it cools off and hardens. Most volcanoes have both destructive and creative eruptions. Wham! They blow their tops. They splurt, gurgle, scrape. they get down to business of building a new dome. Now, this one, it was in the United States. In 1980, Mount St. Helens in Washington State exploded, losing 1,300 feet off of its top. So, boom, 1,300 feet of the mountain is gone. It shot a huge black ash cloud higher than airplanes could fly and mowing down massive trees as if they were toothpicks. Right after the eruption, the volcano began oozing squishy lava pancakes, building a new dome 876 feet high. That's the height of a 50-story building. Then after a 13-year rest, the volcano started pushing out huge slabs of hardened lava so fast it could fill a bedroom in a minute. It built a dome higher than the Empire State Building. Someday Mount St. Helens will completely rebuild its summit, all 1,300 feet or more. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Oh, and more onomatopoeia words, the dark ones here. Wham! Spurt, gargle, scrape. Kaboom! Another onomatopoeia. Even the most dangerous volcanoes, supervolcanoes, can do creative work. Between gigantic eruptions, they can erupt gently for many years, repairing scarred land. I wonder if this is in Yellowstone. So if you've ever heard of Old Faithful, that's volcanic activity there too. To save roads, houses, people have tried to stop creative eruptions, but the gentle lava flows are hard to halt. In Italy, when it happened, engineers tried to dam the lava flow from Mount Etna. They diverted the flow but couldn't stop it. The U.S. Army bombed Mauna Loa in Hawaii to redirect the lava from the city of Hilo. They missed the target, but luckily the flow ceased on its own. Ceased means stopped. For 5 months, Icelanders sprayed millions of gallons of water on lava from Heimaey volcano, hoping to halt the lava flow by cooling it. They slowed the flow a bit, but the eruption added 1 square mile of new land to the island and narrowed its entrance to the town harbor. So nature's pretty strong. It's difficult to stop it. Still, people are rarely hurt by creative eruptions because they can outwalk or outrun them. In fact, we inch up as close as we can to these eruptions, even underwater, to watch the landscape changing. Here is a submarine volcano. Sub means under and marine means water, ocean. So submarine is underwater. And then this is pillow lava because it looks like a pillow. Creative eruptions give us a chance to witness the power of a volcano rising, building itself up again. And that is the end. Interesting. I learned some new things. I didn't know there was two different types of volcanoes, the creative and the eruptive volcano. One of my favorite places in Hawaii is on the Big Island where they have Volcano National Park, where you can get a little close, but not close enough to feel the heat to volcano. You just kind of see the smoke off in the distance. Or you can take a tour, but you have to be careful. Okay, the answer to our riddle. What do you get when you mix a light bulb and lava? I gave you part of the answer. What do you get when you mix light bulb on a volcano? I bet you know now. A lava lamp. Okay, guess what we're gonna do today? What are we gonna make? Big hint. Volcano. So I made most of the volcano, but we're gonna make it erupt. Be right back. Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back. Some colors. It's still dirty from yesterday. I'll have to wash it. So we're gonna make a volcano. Now, I made my volcano earlier. Now, if you don't know how to make salt dough, it's pretty easy to make it. Isn't this a beautiful volcano? Not really, but it's okay. Salt dough is 2 parts flour, 1 part salt, 1 part water. So I had 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of salt, 1 cup of water. Then I mixed it all together and it forms a dough. And then what I did was I had cut the top off of a solo cup, and that was the base. You can Side here, let me tip the camera down. I don't want to dump dirt all over. So that's a solo cup in there. The reason I want to make the opening kind of big is I'm going to put the explosive cup, the Dixie cup in there. Oops. So it can erupt. Okay. Now, most volcanoes, I have to get my supplies. I put them too far away. You think of vinegar and baking soda. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do both. We'll compare and contrast. But not us. Not me today. Hello. We're going to make elephant toothpaste. Now you can make this for something else too, but it's kind of a fun thing to do. Oh, let me tell you this. The reason I had to make it earlier is because I shaped it. Then I pushed some dirt into the sides, some plants, so maybe it's like Hawaii, so it looks like land. And then I left it out in the sun to dry, okay? We'll do it outside, but I just want to show you how to make elephant toothpaste. First thing you're going to need is a tablespoon of yeast. Now, luckily I've been baking bread, and I have a lot of yeast. I know it's not easy to come by. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of yeast into my cup here, along with 3 tablespoons of warm water. One, 2, 3. I'm going to stir. Now this is going to activate the yeast, and so it will work in helping our better explosion, okay? I'm gonna put that to the side. Now you're also going to need, put it over there to be safe, some hydrogen peroxide, but not normal. You'll need at least 3%, which is available at beauty supply stores. So you're gonna need half a cup of hydrogen peroxide. Now, before I pour that, safety first. Now, hydrogen is a chemical which can burn, so I'm putting on my safety goggles. Don't want to get any in my eye. That's why you'll need your parents' help with this if you choose to do this one. Half a cup. And then you put a little, nothing's going to happen right now, but you put a little dishwashing soap in. Dawn, apple scent. It doesn't really smell like apples. To me, it smells like a Band-Aid. And I'm going to put that inside my volcano, but I'm not going to do it till we go outside. We're going to do this outside because I don't want to get my kitchen all messy. I'll meet you outside. Okay, hi boys and girls. For the first experiment, we're going to do the vinegar and baking soda. So I'm going to take a cup, fill it about halfway with baking soda, put it inside my volcano. I'm going to use the same volcano. I'm going to put some food dye in another cup. Make it red, usually maybe add a little yellow to make it kind of orangish too. And then we'll pour in some vinegar. Ooh, looks like lava. Okay. Are you ready for the eruption? Now, don't do this near furniture. That's why I pushed it away, because there's food dye in here and I don't want it to get all stained. Also, I put some cardboard. I've been painting, so I put cardboard under it. Okay, you're ready for the baking soda vinegar explosion. Woo! A little more. Kind of fun. Now, I'll be right back, and then we'll do the elephant toothpaste. Okay, boys and girls, I have my safety goggles on for this one. Now, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to put the hydrogen peroxide and dishwashing liquid inside the cup. Then what I'm going to do is, because you know how lava's kind of striped, I'm going to put some on the sides, food dye, so hopefully it'll be striped when it comes up. I don't know if it'll work, but it can't hurt, right? And let's put some red, and then hopefully it'll mix together. Okay, now I have my yeast mixture all ready to go. Are you ready to see what happens? Here we go. Whoa. It looks like foam, doesn't it? And it keeps coming more like a creative volcano, not an explosive one. Let's see, if you look at where the foam's coming here, it's still getting bigger and bigger. Like on the side, the pretty colors it's making. Still going. A little bit, actually, let me see if I pour the rest in, if anything happens. Still coming up. Oh, it's so interesting. Hey. Now, if you put a hole at the bottom of your volcano and put a cup with a narrower top in here, like a real volcano, like it comes up from the bottom, cup in the bottom, it will make it explode up higher because it doesn't have as much room. Okay, I'll meet you back inside when it's not so windy. That was fun. See if it's all done. I think it is. Okay, boys and girls, I forgot to tell you before we go back inside, I wanted to give you an update on an experiment we did last week. Camille asked us to grow some things in pots. So we have a few updates. Now, one really sprouted, and I'm so excited because this is the one I wanted to sprout. Our spitting cucumber. It's been a little over a week, but look. 2 big sprouts. Now, the pea that we grew in the baggie, pea in a bag, still alive. And if we look here, there's some peas we planted. You can see some sprouts coming up. Hopefully they will turn into pea plants and we can plant them. But I'm mostly excited because I've never grown a spitting cucumber and I want to see what's going to happen. I'll be right back. Okay, boys and girls, all done. Volcanoes in the trash. Just wanted to go over a little bit about the science. Now, the volcano really wasn't an eruption. It was more of a chemical reaction, but we did it to illustrate the 2 different types of volcanoes. There was a more explosive volcano with the vinegar and baking soda, and then there was a more creative volcano, which went slowly but bigger with the elephant toothpaste. If you'd like any recipes, just let me know. Otherwise, you can always Google them and find them out. Miss you. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.